Hello, everyone. My name is Stephen Murray, and I'd like to welcome you all to yet another episode of The Gift of Giving. For those of you tuning in for the first time, this is the program that focuses on nonprofits, 501c3s, and foundations that are based right here in the state of Nevada. Today, I'm very pleased to welcome two guests that run a marvelous operation called Donna Street Community Center. I'd like to welcome the founder, Robert Strauder, and the program director, Paul Stevenson.
Thank you for having us.
And no, you're very welcome. So I'm going to start out now. Rob, apparently you prefer to be known by the name of Straw, and you prefer Reno, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
But for the viewers, Robert Strauder. So they,
Robert
when
Strauder.
they Google us and they want to donate or whatever, Robert Strauder.
Well, we'll have your name out on the screen. That will be literally on the screen, so they'll see Robert Strauder. But if I'm asking you a question, I'll probably just say Straw as opposed to Robert Strauder every single time.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so first of all, let's start with you. Can you give us a brief overview of the mission and the vision of the Donna Street Community Center?
Yes, the mission statement is to take back every block, revitalize a vibrant community that fosters a safe, supportive, and enrichment environment for our youth, for our families, by providing essential services like wraparound services, community events, feeding the youth, after school tutoring, and things like that. Now, our vision statement is to create a central hub in the neighborhood, which we have with the Donna Street Community Center, and providing a safe place for the community and the kids, the youth, the senior citizens, and giving them a resource center where they can get resources, and we can bridge the technology divide with the computer labs. And that way, if parents want to come and fill out job applications or any type of wraparound services, they could come in there because we had internet services. Because when COVID hit, that was one of the only areas that didn't have internet. So the kids were getting flunked in school and had to go to McDonald's to use their internet. So those are the things that we're trying to upgrade in that community and help the community with.
Well, and looking at your community center, I mean, it's a massive operation. It truly is. And we'll be going into a lot of the events, the services, the programs. I'll be discussing that throughout the program. But you actually founded this. What was it what triggered that thought in your mind that we need to do something in this community and I'm going to make this happen?
Oh, well, like in 2018, I was running for Congress. In 2020, I ran for Congress here in Las Vegas. And I read an Obama book, and I usually, when I was, in the streets, I used to get back to the community a lot. And I read the Obama book, and then I just said, well, you know what? I'm going to start doing events in every kind of neighborhood. And then when I started doing it in my neighborhood, I seen how I affected so many people positively. And then I said, I want to open up a community center. It was an abandoned building, windows bust out, just dormant. And I was like, I want to open it. It was a 5-year vision. And when the people used to be like, are you crazy? How are you going to do this? And I never knew. And then that's when I hooked up with the Raiders, hooked up with the Golden Knights, and then Cox Communications. They all came through there and they were like, you think you could make it happen? I said, yeah, I need a computer lab. I need a game room. I need a podcasting room for the students to rap, for them to do a podcasting room. And then we put it together. And the next thing you know, we had the grand opening in February. This February, it'll be 2 years of us operation and in motion. And it changed that whole community aspect, especially in the 89030 area code. For a nonprofit and for us giving back to the community.
Well, I don't think you were meant to go to Congress. I think you were probably meant to stay here and get this off the ground running.
Yes.
Now, Reno, you're the program director. How did you hear about Donna Street Community Center, and what prompted you to pick this organization to get involved with? We all choose to devote our time to certain causes. What made you pick this one?
I seen Robert on TV, Fox 5. I was watching Fox 5. Shout out to Fox 5. I seen him on TV, and I was like, you know what? that's something I want to do in my neighborhood. I want to do the same thing that Robert's doing for his community, for my community. So I went down there and I talked to Robert, and Robert gave me a chance because I've been all over Las Vegas trying to, get help, being reintroduced back into society, trying to get help, trying to get help, trying to get help. Robert was the one to help me out. And since then, me and Robert just been rocking ever since.
Wow. Okay. Well, you've got all kinds of programs going on, and we want to talk about those a little bit later. Right now, who actually comes to your community center? Do you have age limits, restrictions? Is it just kids or teenagers, or anybody can walk in and join? Families, adults, senior citizens?
Yes, we're open to all of that.
We're open to all of that.
We've had kids from 3 years old to 2 years old come, and we'll sit them down. They'll color. We'll feed them because we feed the kids once every. When we open up, we feed them that day. So we have lunch every day. So usually on Tuesdays we're open 3 to 6, and then we feed the kids. We'll do some after school tutoring, and then Saturday we'll feed them. We open 11 to 4, and then we'll feed them, talk to them, let them play games, just provide a safe place and a safe zone for that community and those kids, because Donna Street is historically the number one most violent area in Las Vegas, Nevada. It has the most murders of any street in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Wow.
Yes.
Ouch.
So
now, do a lot of parents drop these kids off and use it like a daycare center? Yes. So like a
I done turned it into a community 501c3 nonprofit babysitting center.
So unintended consequences, right?
Right. I love it, but I'm just saying that's the truth.
That's fine. So let's talk about some of these things that you've got going on here. You alluded to the playground, and you mentioned the Golden Knights. How did that come about?
Oh, well, Roxanne McCoy and the NAACP, it was Black History Month, and she called me and said, can you bring some of those kids from Donna with you? And I brought some kids to the Las Vegas Golden Knights practice facility. First time ever the kids saw it. They loved it. It was immaculate. It was the hospitality from Kim and the Las Vegas Golden Knights Foundation was awesome. So we spoke with her, and she said, well, I like what you're doing, and I want to partner with you guys. So forward that 3 years later, kaboom. And I met Seraphin, who was working in North Las Vegas at the time. And he was like, man, I love the work you're doing. Do you want to get a playground over there? And I was like, yeah. And so I hooked up with Kaboom, filled out all the paperwork. And then they said that it was a silent partner. And then when the silent partner heard it was me buying for it with several other organizations in Las Vegas, they told Kaboom, like, we definitely want to get behind Robert. We helped build a community center. And so they built the playground there, like a Summerlin playground with shades, with slides, with swings, with all of the rings and bells. And the kids love it. And we do events like we just had a Christmas event. We had over 300 families there, and we say, oh yeah, wow, what's up? You guys should come to go over there and play on the playground. And it was something that I will never forget that the Golden Knights have done. I love that organization. I love Kim. I love what they've done for our community, and I hope we continue our relationship forever.
Well, they give a lot back to the community, and it's nice that they've picked out your community center to play such an active role. I mean, putting together a playground, that's not some change. It's not 5 minutes.
Yes,
now. Also, you've also got some support from the Raiders. Now they came up with a games room for you guys.
Yes.
So now, how did that come about with the Raiders?
Well, I was doing after school programming. With the other program we're about to talk about, hip hop entrepreneurship, after school juvenile justice impacted program, stopping recidivism with our youth. Darren Waller and the Raiders came, and we spoke and we talked, and then later on, 3 to 5 years later, the Raiders came to the Donna Street Community Center when it was had just an idea. And they said, yeah, what do you need? And I said, man, we need a game room. And then so they were like, okay. And me and E-Berry, Piper, and the president Sandra, and the whole Raiders organization knew this community was like low income and, poverty stricken. And they said, okay. And next thing you know, we put together the funds. They gave me a check to get the game room started. And then the whole process started becoming reality.
Wow. And talking about the Raiders, I believe we need to congratulate you too. I understand that the Raiders gave you an award, one of the 31
out of the nation, 31 individuals. They chose me as the Change Makers Award for 2025 for the Las Vegas Raiders organization. I thank them. They've been a big positive role model, and for me to just say that we have an organization such as the Las Vegas Raiders to get behind a community center,
Sure.
A community like us is pretty big. So I love what they did. They gave me a check. They gave me Super Bowl tickets, 2 Super Bowl tickets to go to this year's Super Bowl in San Francisco. So I always wanted to go there. And then they just been a positive force for us to create change in that community, because before it was 10 windows getting burst out per month there, and now when we open up the center, it's 0. Right. So we're doing positive.
Yes,
that's a positive confirmation.
Yes. And then the other one that I'd like to talk a little bit about too is your technology center, and apparently Cox Communications played a big role in that.
Yes, Cox Communications bridged the technology divide there in that community. We want to thank Janet. We want to thank Cox Communications, everyone there. They still till this day still donate, still help us to upgrade our computer labs. They give us computers, they give us iPads, they help us with printers, with 3D printers, and the kids, they love it. They play on the games on the computer, Roblox or whatever, and then when they have homework, if they have online courses, they go and go in the computer lab and do that. And we're just really happy that Janet was a big force, Uman, for the whole process, because she saw the vision. She was partnering with the Raiders. She let the Raiders know, I really want to get behind Robert and the Donna Street Community Center, and they've been great partners. This whole establishment wouldn't be possible without our community partners. No. And that's just lets you know it takes a village to raise a family. Yes. And I definitely have a strong family with the Las Vegas Golden Knights, the Las Vegas Raiders, and Cox Communications, helping us in all different type of ways of getting us started.
Wow. Sounds like there's a lot going on. And you mentioned earlier about food and meals that you provide. We're going to take a brief sponsorship break. Please stay with us, folks. When we come back, we're going to be talking about the food services they provide and the youth services and all kinds of other things that are going on at this incredible community center. I'll be right back.
Tariffs, pandemics, rising inflation. The Joshua Dowden team is ready when volatility happens. Markets fluctuate for reasons nobody can control. Don't let the headlines drive your financial plan. The Joshua Dowden team at Priority Wealth Partners has served Summerlin retirees for 3 decades. Our 5-tier risk management strategy matches our strategies with your goals, with plans designed for your assets to be there when you need them. Conveniently located at the heart of downtown Summerlin. Call Joshua Dowden today or visit DowdenFinancialServices.com.
Welcome back, everyone, and I'd like to welcome back our guests today, Robert Strawder and Paul Stevenson from Donna Street Community Center. So now you alluded to giving food and meals to some of the kids earlier. So let's talk a little bit about that. Do people have to make reservations? How many do you know how to cook or prepare for? Who does the cooking? Who's the chef around there?
I'm a chef. He is chef.
Oh, you're both chefs?
Yeah, whoever is there that volunteers, because we cook hot dogs, we have chicken. It just depends on the meal or the day, and we pretty much see how many kids we have. We usually have anywhere between 30 to 50 kids, and we give them chips, hot dogs, drinks, water, whatever it may be, grapes, whatever we have, we give it to them because we want them to because sometimes that's their only meal that they have for that day.
Right. And you get families that come in. The parents come with their kids.
Sometimes, yes.
So occasionally you get parents coming in with their kids for a hot dog.
So I just love doing that because I remember, I grew up over there. I grew up on Donna Street, and I was one of the first to ever graduate or to go to college from Donna Street when I was younger. So we grew up poor. My mom was 16 years old when she had me. She had 5 kids. So we grew up very poor. So we knew when we go to school, the breakfast and lunches were essential for us. So that's why I figured like now you don't have to worry about if you didn't eat at home. We'll give you a meal at least here.
Right.
Now, when you give out these meals, presumably there are a certain time of day. If somebody comes in late and says, "Oh, I haven't eaten all day today," do you stop what you're doing and then think, "Oh, well, I'll go and make them a hot dog or come back tomorrow"?
Everybody eats, no matter what.
No matter what time they come in.
Everyone eats.
Okay, gotcha.
And we welcome everyone. You don't just have to be in that community to be able to come to the center.
Yeah.
We invite anyone from across the Las Vegas Valley.
That's all.
Cool.
Come see
Okay.
us.
Let's move on. I saw on your website you have some youth support services, and one of the things you had there was job support and wraparound services. And I'd like to talk about both of them, and I'm not too sure as I know what wraparound services are. So do you want to qualify what the wraparound services are and what kind of job support?
Well, wraparound services are if you need food stamps, if you need help paying your energy bill.
Oh, gotcha.
And for the youth, we help with tutoring, and then MV services, Employee MV. Employee MV, they're a company that gets grants and to help youth and other individuals, adults, acclimate themselves into different businesses in the nonprofit sector and the for-profit sector. So I think it was a year ago, we had like 6 to 8 16-year-olds working in the center with them paying for the employment, us training them, getting them together. They helped us there. And now we're back. We're revisiting that this year, and we're getting ready to have more 16 from 16 to 20-year-olds come, and then they pay for their employment, and we just need all of the help possible. So we love that they do that, and that's a big plus for us.
Okay. Now you mentioned a few times you have after school programs, and I saw that you have tutoring and academic support. Is that what you've just been talking about? Is that the
Yes, we have that. That's like our juvenile justice program. It's called Hip Hop Entrepreneurship. I'm an educator. I'm a teacher, and I've been in education for 6 years. I teach at Grand Sora Middle School. In 2023, I won Educator of the Year with the Hip Hop Entrepreneurship program. So it's an in-school elective. It's a social emotional learning, social science, and humanities program that I teach there at a middle school. And it started from a high school, Desert Rose High School. So I started it as an after-school program. Me and a professor in Hawaii built this curriculum out to go toward high schools or middle schools or colleges. And, and that's where we at now. I have 150 students at my school, and we teach them entrepreneurship, how to be an entrepreneur, how to start businesses. We help them with their oratorical skills. We also help them with their life skills and teach them life skills and just social emotional learning with restorative practices. So it's a whole conglomerate of things that we use and do toward hopefully getting positive reinforcements with and engaging with our youth. Hip hop is the #1 communicator with today's youth.
And you're a basketball coach.
Yeah, I'm a basketball coach. You're right.
We're going to talk about Hip Hop Entrepreneurship Program in the next segment, but seeing as you brought it up and we've been discussing it now, let's finish talking about that. You also have, as part of the Hip Hop Entrepreneurship Program, plugging the pipeline to prison.
Yes.
I saw. Could you elaborate on what's involved there as it relates to the prison?
Yes, like me, a brief stint about myself. I grew up on Donna Street. Since 16 years old, I have been on my own with my parents and having drug problems at the time. and I've taken care of 4 siblings, younger siblings myself at 16 years old. So I've been through the ups and downs of life. So I knew during that time, hip hop changed my life. I'm with Digital Underground, the rap group. If you don't know who discovered Tupac, discovered me. And hip hop changed my life. Instead of me doing drive-bys and whatever, I was in the studio and rapping. And so I said, wow, if rapping could change my life in Donna Street, then it could change anyone's life. So that's when I knew to put this thing together. And, you know, when we put it together, it was just thought. And now it's grown to be so big for our kids. And I knew that I wanted to stop the school to prison pipeline. So I knew that I would have to go to juvenile services and get with them, get a license, and get in their system and be able to talk to kids that grew up like me that could relate to what I'm saying, and I could relate to them, and then just stop the prison and school to prison pipeline. And that's even like Reno.
You're involved in that too.
Right, because Robert, like, I could go out into the community and sometimes people don't understand, like, my communication skills. They might say I'm being a little bit too pushy. But Robert, he understands, like, it's not that you're being pushy. It's just that you probably, you know, I don't know, or the oracle skill thing.
Oratorical?
Yeah.
Yeah, to help you with, because to me, it's like when I ran for Congress, I learned how to role play and how to switch. So when I teach the kids what they need to know, I said, you have to understand the way that you're going to get out of being in poverty is education. So if you get educated, then you'll be getting out of poverty. Or if you start your own business, you'll get out of poverty. So I try to give them a way up to get out of their situation instead of just crucifying them or policing them.
And he taught me, like, one-on-one, actually bringing me in and, like, do this, do that, do this, do that. You know? So that's cool.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
It is. So, okay, we're going to take another brief sponsorship break. Please stay with us, folks. We're going to be right back.
Introducing Pacific Coast Capital, your partner in finance. We provide financing for your business. Speed, flexibility, and creativity are the foundation of our service. We'll help you navigate through change and opportunities. Our 90-plus years of experience ensures quick turnaround on loan decisions. Ride the wave to prosperity with us. Ready for new funding? Visit our website today at pacificcoastcap.com.
Welcome back, everyone. And I'd like to welcome back our guests today, Robert and Paul from Donna Street Community Center. You're doing amazing things here, and we're not even finished yet. You also have several events, and I saw you have Easter egg hunts, you have turkey drives, Halloween back to school, you've got Christmas toy drives, and you said not only did you have a toy drive, you had a Christmas program in your playground this year?
Yeah, it was a Christmas party.
So it was a party.
Yeah, I was sending you some stuff, but we have we give away. We had about over 80 bikes. We had thousands of toys. We had hundreds of kids come there, and when I was younger, I had horrible Christmases. So I said, what will make me happy is to make someone else and the kids happy that live like me to have better times than I did. Okay. So that's why I go from toys to tots, Las Vegas Metropolitan Police Department. I'm partnering with them. We do a flag football tournament with the Raiders, and then we just blow it out the water with the city of Las Vegas, county. We all join, and then we all of the presents that we get at the flag football game. Then the presents come to us. So we go through all these different entities to even 98.5. KLUC, help Help of Southern Nevada. They always help me. Silver Summit helped me. Health Plan of Nevada helps me. Like all these different insurance companies, they put money into helping the community with providing gifts and bikes
Incredible.
and things like that. So it takes a whole, like I say, Las Vegas has great partners. Even like I said, with our insurance companies, who I named them all: Silver Summit, Health Plan of Nevada, Help of Southern Nevada, KLUC, Intermountain Health. All of those health companies have helped me to survive and to help make my community thrive. And we appreciate the partnerships that we have throughout Las Vegas.
Well, you're certainly having an impact, making a difference. There's no question about that. A couple of your events interested me, and one's the community and law enforcement event, and the other was your community resource fair. So can we talk a little bit first about what's the law enforcement event? Is this something you have every year, once a month, or was it a one-off thing?
No, we haven't did it in the past year or two, but we usually partner with Metropolitan Police Department, and we do like different events such as talent shows. We started with LVMPD talent shows, and that partnership has been 8 years now. We want to shout out to Kevin McMahill and Under Sheriff Andy Walsh. They've been behind me and they've been supporting. Who would have thought ever that the police department would support a hip hop entrepreneurship program? Actually, we have Andy, the undersheriff. He was rapping, and he's rapped on. He's the first undersheriff to be rapping and doing rap, and it was awesome. It's an awesome partnership. They accept me for who I am. They don't try to change me. I accept them for who they are. But we want to bridge the divide in the community and show that we can coincide with each other. So we do talent shows. Like I said, we just did the flag football tournament. Whatever events they need me to come out with the kids. I have kids that rap, the DJ. I bring them. So we've been having a great partnership. They come to all of our graduations at the school because we do graduations. We do career planning when we take the kids to UNLV to visit the university and the campuses to brighten their minds, to let them know education is key and we want you to career plan and plan for your future.
Wow. Well, it's good that you are bridging that gap, and it's all communication, isn't it? It's just exchanging ideas, getting to listen to other people's points of view, and that's exactly what you're doing, and you're each learning and educating each other. Now, what about the community resource fair?
Well, that's we have different organizations that come to our community center and throw different events. Some might do Kwanzaa. Some may have a hip hop summit. Some may have a food fair. Dentist companies come by and then they want to provide flossing, toothbrushes, and just help us with healthcare and things like that. So we're open to anyone that wants to help our community and provide services that will help us thrive to be better.
Yes.
And that's what we're doing. We just want to provide betterment for our communities, and hopefully, like I say, you never know. I might spark the brain of some kid to be better than me and help millions of people. My dream is to help millions. I want to launch my hip hop entrepreneurship program in the Donna Street Community Center program, and the methodology to go nationwide to state change. And we could change through the community, and we could change through education.
Yes.
And we could change through after school programming and community centers.
Right.
Yes.
So we use all those three sectors. I feel like we can change our youth and our mind state, and we could bring positive reinforcements in a negative situation of low income, underprivileged, and just people that just don't think that it's a way out.
Yeah. Well, let's bring about that positive attitude that's going to make the difference.
That's
isn't it? Now, is there a paid staff, or are you totally manned by volunteers?
It's in and out.
Yeah. But it's all worth it.
Yeah.
I volunteer, you know what I'm saying, because of the passion. This is what I love to do. Serve my community and, you know what I'm saying, make it better. And Robert, he like, Reno, go ahead, do your thing. So he gave me this platform, and here I am.
Okay.
Yeah. So the people that do come, when they do come, I hope they don't come like looking for a paycheck. Hope they come with the heart of, I'm like,
Yes.
yeah, like,
Volunteer.
right.
And I'm assuming that, well, volunteers are the backbone of most non-profits.
Yes.
I'm assuming that
It's
you
the
don't have
backbone.
any qualifications, and you've hit right on it. They've just got to have their heart in the right place,
Right.
and you'll find a niche for them if they come and say, I want to volunteer.
Yes,
You'll
we do
find a
background
niche for them.
checks and things like that.
Yes.
But
Yes, you have
overall,
to.
we do a large amount of volunteering, and like we said, with the services that are provided by partners in Vegas to help our youth, we do that. And a lot of the services that me and Reno do are just volunteer. But if we get a grant sometime that provides payment and us to pay the employees, and we can do that. But most of the time, I do everything totally free, and I spend some of my teaching money also.
Okay.
So, but it's worth it. Like
Sure.
Reno said, what I get out of it is I help. I promised God at one time, because I was in trouble for 18 years. I was on the run, and I was like, Lord, if you help me beat this case, then I'll dedicate my life to helping youth and families that grew up in poverty and gangs and drugs like myself. And the judge hit the pallet, said, case dismissed. I started mentoring, and then became a teacher, and just did politics, and he opened up all doors and avenues for me to help our communities, and that's what I'm doing. I don't even care if I don't get paid, pretty much. I want to get paid, don't get us wrong. But a lot of people say you're crazy, you're doing all that work and whatever, but it's worthwhile.
Well, sometimes there are things that are more important than money, and we've all got to sleep with ourselves at night.
I love sleeping.
You're giving well, you've got a good conscience because you're making a difference, and you're trying to make a large difference. But if you make a difference in one person's life, then it's positive. You made the difference.
Facts.
Now, how do you get fundraiser? How do you get funded?
Well, most of our stuff, our funds are from sponsorships. And sometimes we get grants. So so it's through grants and sponsorship.
Do you get much from individual donors?
Yeah, sometimes we get individual donors. I want to do a fundraiser. I never have done one, but I would love, a couple people say they want to help me put it together, but I would love to do a fundraising event with all of the different entities that I have. And I want to also say with the Hip Hop Entrepreneurship Program, I'm partnered with the University of Nevada, Las Vegas, and we're about to launch with the social department a version where the caseworkers, the counselors, and the social workers could come into Donna Street, intern, and actually work with kids, families, and students that are having problems and things like that. So.
Okay. But that would be nice if you get a fundraiser off the ground. That will certainly help with your food costs.
Yes,
and
we need.
When you talk about donations, I'm assuming you probably also need food donations. Would that be correct?
Yes, we need donations. We would love if you don't do anything for our organization, but just give our kids food.
Yes,
I would love it.
We would be very thankful.
Yes, just give us food. Donate. You can go to the website DonnaStreetCommunityCenter.org. Hit the donate button, or you could come and bring the food to us,
or I'll even come get it. Just tell Robert where you at. Here I come.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we just want food for our babies and our kids and that community and our families.
Right.
I'd like to thank you both for being a guest on the program today.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for being here,
Yes, sir.
and especially for what you do, not just for your community, but for our entire community. You're making a difference, so I thank you for that.
Oh, and thank you for having us.
No, it's been a pleasure.
It was great talking to you.
It's been a pleasure. And I'd like to also thank our show's producer, John Stiles, for allowing me to host this program and for producing the show. And we certainly wouldn't have a show if we didn't have our sponsors. I'd like to thank Pacific Coast Capital, Priority Wealth Partners, the Firelight Barn, and my late business partner, RJ Champion, whose legacy lives on with this program. And I'd also like to thank those anonymous donors who prefer to remain that way. They're friends of the gift of giving, and I appreciate their support. And finally, I'd like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning in. I hope you've enjoyed this program, and if you know of anybody who could benefit from Donna Street Community Center or would like to participate in anything that is happening there, please share this interview with them. They'd appreciate any support and help you could give them. If you have any comments or questions about this program, please reach out to me, Stephen at thegiftofgiving.vegas. Hope that we'll see you again soon. And in the meantime, be safe. Certainly be kind to one another. Bye for now.
Mr. R.J. Champion is proud to sponsor WWDBTV's series, The Gift of Giving, and wishes the program much success. Congratulations and gratitude to the featured guests and the organizations they represent. Our community is well served by your tireless efforts to make Nevada a better state for all its residents.